you always start with fundamentals, especially in democratic country, transparency. Like open up the books, show the people what everything's, what's been really going on.
Yeah.
That's super important. And then 2, go for root cause analysis. What is the actual problem? Like, why isn't there enough housing? Why aren't we, you guys selling more oil, more gas?
Yeah. That's probably the biggest needle mover.
Yeah. I mean, because I looked at I think like the oil, gas, mining, energy industry aggregates like 300, 400 billion Canadian. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, why not grow that? It's all on the ground. Factors of production, digging stuff out of the ground actually adds the most velocity into your economy. And then 3, go for that root cause analysis solution that foundationally fixes the problem. So let's call it housing. We have this thing called as of right zoning in America. That means if it's allowable as of right and your schematic design and your plans comply with laws, you pay the permit filing fee. They review it, they stamp it, and then you have a permit.
Which would be amazing up here. Like, they have that type of stuff in the city of Toronto. They've been trying to enact it around like transit hubs and stuff like that, but it still is like a 2-year process where it's like you have as of right 11 stories, but we have to determine whether the windows meet the community's approval or not.
And I think that boils down to the transparency of process. And I remember helping a group of guys on Queen Street in Leslieville. They had an as of right building on Queen Street near the McDonald's, near the beaches. For some reason, it took them like 2 years. It like complied as of right to all the rules.
Right.
And so to me, that's not as of right.
Nope.
And so, when you layer in all these time duration issues, like cost of capital, like in the US, like we don't, actually people don't invest in projects for real estate development unless they're fully entitled and permitted.
Right. So you don't invest 5 years earlier and hope that
No, almost no one does.
Yeah.
We make a contrarian bet that will come in maybe like a year before because American capital won't touch entitlements because it's too uncertain.
Right.
But we'll take like the 12-month risk to go through the process of, what's generally a known process.
Right.
But here, I mean, it could be 2 years as of right, 5 years, not as of right. It's a little scary. So I think that changes the habit around capital formation and investing in housing too.
Right.
And so maybe there's some of that, but I think, so going back to like transparency, understanding what's really going on. And then I think everyone can level set, get a root cause analysis done. And then how can you actually fix the problem?
Right. Doge.
I mean, we'll look at New York City. So New York City, everyone complains that it's the hardest city to build in. It's probably actually California, but we have a statutory process called Uniform Land Use Review Process that it ends in like 18 months. It's like, that's it. You pay the fees, you apply, you do the community meetings, the city planning commissioner goes, yes or no.
Right.
That's it, 18 months. It could take longer if like people sue you, but it's a known process. There's like a process chart.
Right.
This is how we work. This is what it costs. And still people in the New York City development community complain about that.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, let's say you guys took, a process that was as of right and made it truly as of right. Like, everyone talks about missing middle housing in Canada. It's actually really easy to build. It's just wood framing and concrete.
Yeah.
Concrete level wood framing.
It's fast.
Yeah.
Should be all over the place, actually.
You need to get it. Yeah. If you could just rubber stamp something, a lot of opportunities. A big reason opportunities don't make sense is because of the timeline, right? It's like,
well, yeah, because the big thing is like, look at how much has changed in the last 5 years, right? Because it's like, there's COVID, there's elections, there's all sorts of things that have occurred, but you're gambling on today.
Yeah.
From 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen or what's going to change. Whereas if you can build something immediately, like, what's going on in the next 6 months.